Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Zowie Dawn at Dusk. This week, I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately. It's been very honestly exhausting to have this thought constantly, and it's something that happens at this time every single year. I wanted to talk about feeling behind. The feeling of being behind in life. And especially with this time, like on social media, everyone's posting their accomplishments. And in the summer specifically, there are a lot of accomplishments, far and small, and far and wide, whatever the phrase is in between. Whether it's graduating college, getting promoted, going on your dream vacation, getting married, getting engaged, having babies, achieving these goals. And everyone's showing off their weight loss goals too, also. Or weight gain goals. But, and yes, this is huge. And like, again, social media, it's people I know, people that I went to school with, people that I've been friends with my entire life. And yes, I'm very happy for all these people, again, to see them getting married, getting their dream house, all this fun stuff. But it definitely does make me sit back and think, like, am I behind in life? Like, well, what am I doing right now? You know? Like, don't get me wrong, like, I've done a lot. Like, I'm not trying to downplay myself either. Like, yes, I did recently get promoted. I've been going on a lot of vacations and looking, again, on what I post on social media. You might think the same about me, but I don't know. So, I think this is a feeling that everyone has. This is something that everyone still feels, has felt, or will feel. So I kind of wanted just to start by going over what does it even mean to feel behind. To me, feeling behind is the belief that everyone else around you is moving forward and somehow you're still standing still. It's comparing your timeline to someone else's and deciding that yours is wrong. So again, basically just like I said, there's so many people that I know that watch my stories and wow, she's three trips back to back to back, 4 trips back. Yeah. How does she afford all those concerts? Like, there's so many, like, I don't tell people how I achieve these. I just show them the results of all of my hard work. I was working 2 jobs for the longest time and doing this, like, you don't see that in between. So I think it's unfair to compare yourself to other people's when you don't really, like, other people's life when you don't really know the full picture. There's so many different ways to tell if you're feeling behind. And again, these results may vary. You may have different signs, and I just might name all the signs that you have. I think the first sign that you can tell that you're starting to feel behind is you're constantly comparing yourself to people your age. I do this a lot, and I'll go over my experiences too, but you're constantly comparing yourself to, like, oh, I'm 22. So it's like, wow, that girl's 22 and she just started her own business. What the fuck am I doing? This girl is 22 and she just graduated college. Damn, I'm a fucking idiot. This girl's 22 and, so on and so forth. And when you're again, it's normal to do this sometimes, but when you're constantly doing it and you have that age, like you're constantly thinking of your age in your head and what you're supposed to be accomplishing by now, like I'm sure all of us have, but compared ourselves to even our parents. Like everyone's parents were different. Some of y'all parents had a house. Mine didn't. I didn't yet. But like owned a house, but like both of my parents had their career by now. Like they were set in their career, and my my dad, he knew what he wanted to do forever. My mom, she didn't know until she had me pretty much. And same with me, the career I'm in, I never thought I'd be in it, and again, like comparing yourself to your parents, like damn, like my parents had a 1-year-old right now. They had to figure shit out. Like they didn't really have their family the way that I have mine, and it's just insane to compare the difference between the differences that your family can have, or 2, like the differences in and small things, like, again, like responsibility and struggle and stress, but also the struggle and the stress. Like, I didn't have that like they do, or did. Another sign that you're feeling behind is you feel so anxious scrolling on social media. Every single post you see just makes you feel more and more like shit. It makes you feel anxious. It's never just like, oh wow, they bought a house. Oh my goodness. They got married. It's like, fuck, like they just bought a house. Like, oh, they just got married. They just had a baby. Like, and it's getting that feeling in your stomach. It can turn into a lot of other feelings. It can turn into jealousy. It can turn into envy. So many other things. And when you're on social media and you're constantly feeling like this nervousness, there's a bad reason. It's because you're comparing yourself and you're like, fuck, like, am I behind? And like, am I okay right now? Like, I'm 22. I should have a house. I should have a baby. I should have this. Like, all these other things. Guys, I was fidgeting. I scrolled too far. Hold on. Another thing is other people, I kind of already went over this, but other people's success makes you question yourself. It makes you get that, and again, that's what I was talking about, where that anxiousness turns into questioning. It turns into other feelings. It starts with an anxiety. That's the way to be like, why am I feeling anxious about this? Like, what's really going on? But it's when you start getting that question of, why haven't I done this yet? What's stopping me from doing this? Why not me? And that can lead into so much more problems down the road. But that's another way to tell. You start thinking things like, again, I should have accomplished more by now. I thought I'd be further along. Everyone else has it figured out. When you scroll on social media, you think that everyone else has their life figured out just because they have a house and a baby and this and that. Like, they're good, they're fine. Just because they got their degree and their dream job, they got it. And you just don't know. Like, it's so important to realize that you don't know what's going on in other people's lives. Yeah, they just got their dream job, but guess what? Their boss is a fucking asshole. And guess what? They're making barely minimum wage. Or, yes, they just bought their house, but that's all of their money. They can never go out. They can't go out for years. Yes, they just had a baby, but now she has postpartum. Like, people don't show you the bad things. So when you're only seeing good things, it is normal to start thinking these, but that's a lot of thoughts that you'll start getting, and you have to start replacing them with you don't know the whole story. So just clap and move on. Anyway. Another big sign that you're starting to feel behind is you struggle to celebrate your own wins just because you're so focused on what you haven't done yet. You don't want to celebrate, big or small wins, but just wins are wins, and it's important to celebrate them. And I've talked about this so many times, but when you're not celebrating your wins because you're like, for example, I just did a marathon, but I should have fucking ran a 5K by now. Or, sorry guys, I'm really passionate about this. I don't know why I'm cussing so much. Yes, I just got a raise, but I should have got that a long time ago. I should have more by now. I should have more money. This doesn't make sense. Yes, I just bought a house, but why is this my first house? You just never feel like it's good enough, and you're never like, damn, I just bought my first house. Go fucking me. I did that shit. No. I think the tricky thing is that a lot of us don't even realize we're feeling behind. We just constantly think we're failing. We constantly think that there's something wrong with us and that we're not doing it enough. And that can lead into the slippery slope. And so that's why it's important to recognize what your feelings are and what they mean. Because again, hey, if you're feeling these things, if you're feeling nervous on social media, if you're constantly comparing yourself to people your age, if other people's success makes you question your own, if you're constantly questioning your wins, hey, babe, you're feeling behind. And that's okay. Again, it's a normal feeling. All of these, I'm sorry to sound like a broken record at this point, but every single feeling you have is for a reason. It is there to guide you and support you and make sure that you're succeeding. So it's okay. It is okay to feel them, but what's important is to work past them. Anyway, enough about my little tangent. I wanted to talk a little bit about my experiences next. I want to start with talking about graduating high school in 2021. Yeah, they didn't get a prom, they didn't get a graduate. I can talk about it. But, I think specifically, again, for people around my age, and there's so many reasons to feel depressed and anxious and behind in life. And I'm not saying that anyone's path matters more than another's, but I truly think that those who started turning from teenagers to adults during COVID had to adjust a lot more than most people at that age. And I'm so passionate about COVID in the way that it genuinely changed everything. And no one's talking about it, but it has changed absolutely everything. I honestly talk about COVID at least once a day. Anyway, but again, kind of like I was going back with those small wins. Imagine that you work your ass off for 13 years. You get a 4.0, you were in all the clubs, you were so excited to finally celebrate yourself, only to be told that you would get honked at as people drove by, and then get your diploma mailed to you. Growing up in movies, I used to watch people's prom, and I just thought it was like the best night of everyone's life. And I was lucky enough to go to 2 proms, because I met my current boyfriend in high school, and he went to a different school. I met him at work, and his prom, amazing. Like, that definitely is more what I thought prom would be like. My prom, we had to wear masks at both, but at my prom, girl, ghetto. They had it in the gymnasium, and guess what? Someone brought a fucking gun, so it got shut down. Anyway, but again, like, enough about all that. I went on a little tangent, but the point of that is you work your butt off to not have anything happen. So you can start to feel things like depression and anxiety. All of these feelings, if you don't work through them, lead to other things. So I started to feel very depressed, and I was like, you know what? Like, I was set on going to college. I was going to go to college. 4 year, I was going to move out in a dorm. I was going to get all that, those scholarships and all that debt, all of it. Then COVID happened. And at the time, I wasn't really required to go to school. I only had 1 class, so I never went to school my senior year. And that kind of led me to feel that freedom. And long story short, my gap year turned into gap years. Just because I didn't know what I wanted to do. It was so hard for me to get scholarships. I had no support. I didn't know I was stuck. So I ended up not going to college. I ended up just working. And I've been touching in and out of college ever since. Starbucks, they used to pay for my college. By the way, Starbucks college, it can be great for some people. I hated it. Didn't work for me. So I did a little bit, and I mean, I'm going to get my associates in February. But because I started taking it seriously in the last 2 years. Well, 2 years. And next February will be 2 years. But I started taking it seriously in 2 years, and now I feel behind because I see all these people that I went to high school with that are posting graduating, and they're posting like, oh, I'm gonna miss my dorm roommates and all these memories that they made with their roomies. And I'm like, fuck, like, I really missed out. I should have done that. But guess what? Now I'm too deep. Too deep. I can still go to school, but I can never get a college experience like that. And I do feel like I'm behind. I feel like because of that, I'm not going to make those types of friends. And like, my best friend, his boyfriend, he all of his friends are basically from college. He met like some of the best friends of his life in college, and he lived with them and all this stuff. And it's just awesome because like he got to create those like real friendships with people that truly care about him and like met him during some hard times. And I feel behind because I'll never get that, you know. But also again, like, I feel behind because I didn't get the real college experience because I did it online, because I was like, oh, might as well. I did my senior year online. No, I wish and like, so I always, like, I feel so behind right now. Anyway, it's fine, guys. I'm going to get my degree. Don't worry about me. But Another big thing of mine that I've been feeling like, my biggest thing is honestly graduating during COVID. Another thing is my weight loss journey has been made me feel so behind. For two reasons. One, I have worked so hard to get to my I've been working so hard to get to my goal weight, literally since fucking COVID. But it's a mix of health issues and my mental health and honestly just pure laziness and gluttony that have led me to this. And I've struggled with so many things far in between, but it's been really, I felt very behind because I just feel like I should have been at my goal weight by now. Like when I pictured me as a little kid, I was not fat. I was skinny. I was so skinny. And yeah, it has, like, I feel so behind because of it, because I'm just like, why didn't I just lock in? Like, now I have to lose the weight faster, or like now I'm not good enough because I haven't lost it, you know? And so not only is it because of how long it's taken that's making me feel behind, but also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've probably talked about my weight once a podcast. Sorry, I'm working on it. Hold on. I probably talk about my weight once a podcast. And I don't know why, and I would like to do a whole podcast on this, but I tie a lot of my self-worth to my weight. I always have, literally since I was like 5. And it's something that I'm working on. I've gone through a lot of therapy for it. I'm still working on. But because of this, I keep putting off big life goals because I feel like I'm not skinny enough yet. I feel like I don't deserve things until I get skinny. And who knows, maybe that may be another form of a disorder. I don't fucking know. But it does make me feel behind because there's so many things, like, for example, y'all don't make fun of me. I've been with my boyfriend 5.5 years. Oh, Zoe, when's the house? When's the baby? When's the wedding? Oh, well, I told myself that he cannot propose to me until I get skinny. Yeah. And I also have so many other things. Like, I remember almost not going to Hawaii with my best friend because I was like, well, I'm heavy. Like, I won't even be able to take any pictures. So it's a whole other thing. Like, that's a whole nother tangent I could go on, but I do put off so many things because of my weight, and it causes me to feel behind because I'm like, now I gotta lose weight before I can do A, B, and C, and it's like, no, girl, just do it. And that's what I've been doing. So, girl, if I make y'all, I don't care if y'all get uncomfortable by a big girl, block me. But no, seriously, like, that's why I've been trying really hard to just post myself more and wear kind of whatever I want and just do things that I normally wouldn't have done until, again, I lost the weight. And yeah, I don't know. So that has caused me to feel, again, really behind for many different reasons. So that's like one of my biggest ones, I think. That's my biggest reason for feeling behind, is because of my weight. Because yeah, so it's something I'm working on, but that's my biggest one. And I'm sure a lot of people relate. I know I'm not the only one, because I feel like as a society we do tie a lot of people's worth to their weight. Anywho, another big thing for me is social media. I feel so behind in the influencer world and all of that fun stuff. I have back when MagCon was a thing and it was baby Ariel and Jacob Sartorius and Zach Clayton, I think his name was, and all these other people. And I just remember being like, no, like, Mom, you don't understand. Like, this is it. This is the next big thing. This is huge. and she didn't believe me at the time. Now she does. But I just remember kind of going back to the weight. Like, I never posted because I didn't feel pretty enough. I didn't feel like I was good enough yet. So I was like, I'll wait. And I wish I didn't wait, because I could have fucking been a millionaire by now. Who knows? Then I could have got money and gotten skinny. Anyway. No, but seriously, like, I have just put it off for so many different reasons. And now that I'm, like, actively posting, I'm not gonna lie, like, I took a 2-month break on my podcast, but it's because, like, what am I posting for? Like, my last video only has 6 views and it's been up for 2 days. But you know what? I had to change that because, like, I do feel behind because I was posting every 2 or 3 times a day on TikTok. And guess what? Nothing would come from it. And I just felt so behind, like, nothing I did was good enough. And I'm like, I just got to keep going. Like, everyone just keeps telling me to post, and I just feel so much further behind because there's so many more people out there that are creating their own niche and just getting so big. And I know that every influencer says there's enough influencers for all of us, but it's like, is there really? Is there really? And so, like, I'm sure there is, you know, but it's, and so, like, I've just felt very behind in that, but it's about switching my mindset of how I'm doing it. Things happen as they happen, and the way that I've worked through it is I'm just going to post, and clearly I need to change something about what I'm doing to get a better result, but just continue, because at some point it's going to catch. And consistency. But those are my 3 biggest reasons, honestly. In order, it goes weight loss, social media, and then graduating in 2021. Another kind of random one that I'd like to talk about is also having kids. I feel like there's such a big stigma and pressure to have kids. So I've had that thought of, like, damn, like, I'm 22, like, everyone keeps telling me I'm in my prime, and if I don't have a kid now, I won't ever have a kid. And it's, like, scary to be told that, but that's not what I want right now, and that's okay. But it does cause me to feel behind, because it's like, fuck, like, should I, like everyone else does? And again, to have that pressure be put on you, like, you need them, and having all these other kids, like, around me, like, my friends are having babies, like, they're the most cutest little things. And again, as a woman, I think it's just so difficult, and it's normal to feel behind for not having kids, especially when everyone around you is like, when are you going to? Are you ready yet? No, I'm not. Anyway, those are my main 4 ones I wanted to talk about. I think the biggest point of, honestly, all that was I felt like my life was on pause until I reached a certain version of myself that was pretty enough, that was skinny enough, that was successful enough, that all these other things. And from this, I've learned that the biggest lesson that I've learned is that everyone's ahead in some areas and behind in others. Remember that. I'll say it again. Everyone is ahead in some areas and behind in others. By this, I mean, again, Miss Girl's an influencer. 1,000,000 followers. Can't keep a single friend. Doesn't have any social skills. Doesn't know how to keep friends or relationships. Is also terrible with money, so she's going to blow it all. Whoa, bad example. Hold on. Back up. Not the way I was shining. Yeah, I was thinking about Coco Bliss and how she blew. I don't know if you guys saw that video of her, what's it called? No, I love her. Don't get me wrong. But they were posting, like, how she, like, blew, I think, 1 or 2 million, like, all of her money in a year. And now she had no money. I don't know if it was just clickbait or not. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. No, but seriously, like, again, like, Miss Other Girl is an influencer, but she isn't confident with her weight and her career. Like, that's a bad example. Guys, whatever. Just take, you know what to do with that. You know what to do with that. Anyway. No, I'm going to go over it. The biggest example is, again, Miss Girl's an influencer, dream career, job that she wanted forever. but she wishes she had your friendships. She wishes that she could maintain your relationships and friendships and keep people around that are good to her. Another example, Miss Girl getting married wishes she had more freedom like you. She wishes that she was able to have a career like you. Another example, I had them down. I don't know why I was trying to just talk. Miss Girl just graduated. And, fully paid full ride scholarship, but they have no idea what they want to do. They don't even know if they want to do what they went to college for. So I think just because Miss Girl has her dream career, or Miss Girl's getting married, or Miss Girl graduated, doesn't mean that they're more ahead than you. They might be ahead in that aspect, but look at what you're doing. You're going on 3 vacations a year, Lesson number 2. You only see people's best moments. No, some people do. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know, I won't. I don't care. But, I guess I am pretty vulnerable with this. But you only see people's best moments. On social media, they're going to post their promotion, but they're not going to post the 5 other times they applied and got denied. They're not going to admit that they had 2 jobs to buy that house. Some might, but they're not going to admit that they cheated their way through college. You don't know how they got there. But again, not saying that. Miss Girl, that could have been the first time that she applied, and guess what? She qualified for it. And that might have been the first time that might have worked their ass off for that degree. You can't always, when I'm saying this, I don't want you to be every post you be oh, no, it's bad. No, still celebrate them, but don't compare yourself to them, because you don't know what it took for them to get there. And again, you will still get there if it's something you want to do. It's just at a different time. I think another lesson I learned is there's no universal timeline. There's no rule that you have to have your career, kids, get married, get to your goal weight, have 500K saved by the time you're 25. No one made that up. That is something that you and social media put in your head. I saw this post on Instagram that said that the average millionaire is 50 something and not 21. And the average person gets their dream career at 34, not at 21. And it's just kind of putting it into perspective. You have time. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to fuck up. You're allowed to figure out. You're not behind. And I think the last lesson is the life that you're building still counts. Just because you haven't gotten that degree, just because you haven't gotten to your goal weight, just because you're not married, all these things doesn't make what you're building right now any less special. You're building your confidence, you're learning discipline, you're going to therapy, you're creating these memories. You're doing other things that are going to build a better you. And again, my little social media channel, for example. Yes, right now, not a lot of engagement, but it counts. Because when I do post these, I will get a random comment. For example, I did a little series on TikTok of another reason to not kill yourself if you don't have the headphones on. Aren't watching. But I would get comments from strangers being you literally made my year. Thank you. This saved me. I appreciate you. And just hearing that from one person. I was talking to one of my friends. She wanted to start her own little beats and stuff, and she wanted to sing and make her own beats and all this fun stuff. And I was telling her go for it. Why wouldn't you? That's awesome. Because what I said, and this is what I say with my podcast too, worst comes to worst, nothing happens, but guess what? You have some cool ass shit to show your kids. Best come to best, you're the best artist out there. Best comes to best, I'll fucking be doing a podcast with Miss Bretman Rock herself. Duh. Or Leo Skeppy. Anyway, and I think it's important to remember that just because something isn't flashy right now doesn't mean that it's not progress. It takes time. It takes hard work, consistency, all these other things. Just give it some time, honey. It's okay. I think some good some good tips is to spend less time comparing. I know it sounds so easier said than done and also so stupid at the same time, but genuinely spend less time comparing. Allow yourself to be happy for people and move on, and be happy for yourself and move on. And the next tip is focus on your next step instead of your entire future. I feel like that's where a lot of this feeling like you're not, feeling like you're behind, this anxiety, this depression, all this comes from, is worrying about your entire future. Is you're seeing the end picture. You're seeing you with all this money. You're seeing you with money. You're seeing happy, fulfilled, house, kids, husband, wife. And again, that's not, the white picket fence isn't for everyone, and I don't even know if it's what I want. But it's just an example. But you see the end result, but you don't see the steps to take to get there. And it's important to remember that everything's a step, and at some point you're going to get there. So just enjoy it now while you can. And make sure that you celebrate every win, every damn win. This is something that I'm trying to do more of this year. I already have a plan for when I get 100 followers on here. Don't you worry. Every number that I hit on TikTok, I'm gonna celebrate, because who cares? My friends know that I'm extra, and my family and the people that love me, and if they're annoyed at me, guess what? There's a block button. So again, I try to celebrate everything. And even right now in work, my boss has done a great job at doing that and showing us how to celebrate those small wins. And I think kind of bringing it from my career to my personal life, it's definitely helped me too. Because it's like, yeah, like I should celebrate waking up this morning. What do you mean? I should celebrate the fact, like, for example, my little weight loss journey. Every time I lose a certain amount of weight, I get myself something, or I treat myself to something. Because why not? Like, my big goals right now, I have a little vision board. If I tell you guys, are you going to ruin my goals? That's fine, I'll tell you. My biggest goals, dream life, this next year or two, is get some type of traction on social media, to get some type of income. I did Twitch once, and I should do it again, and I made $10, so that was cool. But like, to make steady income, like not even livable, like I'm fine doing my other career for now, but then even getting just like $500 a month would be phenomenal. So happy. And between all of mine, because I'm doing a lot. I have 2 YouTube channels. Don't ask me how many Instagrams I have. I have 3 TikToks. And yeah, it's a lot. And so that's my big goal. And then also, so again, I celebrate every little win I get. My weight loss, celebrate every little win I get. I want to get to a goal weight. I'm not going to tell you guys that goal weight, because it's rude to ask a woman her weight. And then also, I would like to buy my own house this next year. But my other goal is to keep seeing the world. That's the big thing. So, that's how, I don't know. So I'm going to celebrate both of those. And again, I think that the house and the trips are the presents themselves. So that's a little different. But I still do little things, Anyway, the next thing, another good tip, is to remember where you were a year ago. Remember that a year ago, for example, with my podcast, if you watch a podcast from a year ago, completely different than today. Completely different. Because I'm learning. If I look at myself a year ago today, I've lost a lot of weight. If you look at yourself a year ago today, you got a raise. You have more loved ones around you. There's so many things, Another tip is to talk to yourself the way that you talk to a friend. You would never tell your friend that they're behind because they haven't gotten their degree yet. You would never tell your friend that they're not worthy because they're overweight. You would never tell your friend that their little podcast isn't going to work out. Your friend, keyword friend. Anyway, so talk to yourself the way that you talk to a friend. Be gentle with yourself. Next, get off of social media. If you're feeling this way, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to sit back and be like, you know what, let me go fucking take a walk. Because, again, that's like, social media can be so draining and so exhausting. A question I have for you guys. It's serious. I wrote this one down. If your best friend came to... Guys, I started already. Hold on. Ooh, okay. If your best friend came to you feeling behind, would you tell them they're failing, or would you remind them of how far they've come? Ask yourself that same question the next time that you start feeling like you're behind. If you needed any reminder today, I want you to know that you are not behind. Your life doesn't need to look like everyone else's, and you're allowed to move at your own pace and take a different path because you're still figuring things out. So if you've been putting pressure on yourself, trying to build this perfect life and be perfect and just feel like you're ahead, consider this a reason that for you to know that your timeline is yours for a reason. You're allowed to take the time you need. You're allowed to slow down. Keep going and keep showing up for yourself because you are not behind. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Zowie Dawn at Dusk. If anyone listens to the end of this, I will get you Dutch Bros. And just comment or text me, and the first person to, I'll buy Dutch Bros. And this is the last time, or whatever coffee you want, or a little liquor drink. I don't know what y'all's vibe is, but I'll get you guys a drink. So the first person that listens to this, I'll get that. And if we don't, this is the last time. I've done it in a few episodes, and it's my little Easter egg. My mom says that she watches to the end of all these. So, Mom, if you are, let me know. I'll buy you a drink. But this is my test. So next episode, I will tell you guys if anyone won. Anyway, yeah. Sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening or whatever you're doing to another episode of Zowie Dawn at Dusk. I love all of you so much, and I'm so grateful for you if you listen to this week's podcast. I will see you next Sunday, same time, same place. Okay, bye. Bye.